This is Matt for Into Boxing. I am delighted to be joined by Claressa Shields manager, Mark Taffet. Mark, what an incredible event. Claressa Shields, in many people's eyes, has been one of the shining stars of this week. She was brilliant at the open workout. She's given loads of good interviews. Talk to me, how good is it to have the GOAT here in Cardiff? In the UK?
Last time she fought here was 2012, and the UK holds a very special place in her heart. She won the Olympic gold medal, her first Olympic gold medal there, and that's really what set her on the path to glory and history that she's on right now. So we're thrilled to be here. She's excited like it's her 4th birthday party all over again. And she wants to put on a big show for the fans, win them over, and see if when we come back here in June to take on Savannah Marshall, maybe the Brits will be rooting for Claressa Shields.
Absolutely. Before we get on to Savannah, we just talked to Dimitri about the effect that Claressa's had on not just women's boxing, but boxing as a whole. She's a needle mover in terms of what she's done. She's two-weight undisputed champion in the Guinness World Book of Records. Her name will go down in the history no matter what. Talk to us about the effect that she's had on the sport as a whole.
Well, Claressa is a game changer. She transcends the sport. She's here to help women of sport, women of color, young women the world over. And she wants equality for women, and that's her goal. She said she should be on the pound for pound list. Not a man's list, not a ladies list, a list. Who's the best? And those are the things that Claressa Shields sets out to do, to change the game, set new benchmarks, and make history. And she's going to make a lot of it before she's done.
That's an incredible sort of barrier to try and break down as well, but she seems to be doing a good job of it. She mentioned yesterday in the press conference making 7 figures and trying to push for equal pay. Women's boxing, especially now, with not just this fight coming up, but there's obviously Taylor and Serrano. Women's boxing is on the rise to the point where it's just going to be called boxing, and that's largely down to a lot of the work that she's done.
Ever since Claressa turned pro in 2016, it's been her goal to be the ambassador for women's boxing and to carry the sport on her shoulders. Every fight we do, we make history. We assign a specific goal, and we go out and we achieve it. So in 11 fights, what Claressa's done is remarkable. She's beyond what any man's done in boxing history, and she's only 11 fights into her career. She will continue to make history like that, and she'll continue to carry the sport of women's boxing on her shoulders.
I think we almost forget she's had 11 fights. She's a 2-division undisputed champion in 11 fights. Just let that sink in, everyone who's listening. We obviously want to see her in with Savannah Marshall, but her training, I spoke to her about training. She said she sparred more than ever for this fight. She's been getting loads of good rounds in. I know she sparred, I think, Sandy Ryan, who's she's one of our hopes over here, and she looks like she's going to be potentially a world champion. And she's had the guidance for a day with Floyd Mayweather. Talk about that. Obviously, he's one of the greats.
Well, I worked with every great fighter in my 25 years at HBO pay-per-view. Floyd was right at the top. Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones, a few others. Claressa is right there with those guys. She's the Floyd Mayweather of women's boxing. And by the time she's done, maybe they'll call him the Claressa Shields of men's boxing.
Wow.
But Claressa is really something. She's got Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones, and Floyd Mayweather, aspects of all 3 of them within her fists and inside her body, and she is really something special.
That's some combination of fighters right there. If you're going to make a perfect fighter, a lot of people would have them fighters in the mix. Talk about this fight with Savannah Marshall then. Spoke to Dimitri, looking at doing that here in the UK.
Yes.
That's some story, isn't it, from the amateur game? She had 1 loss, and that's to her, and now they're going to meet professionally. How big is this fight going to be?
Now, Taylor Serrano is as high a quality of fight as you could ever make, and it's just wonderful that those women are fighting. Claressa against Savannah will be hyped with emotion, passion, like you've never seen before, because it's got all the elements of two women on opposite sides of everything. And when they see each other, when they talk, you feel it's palpable. You feel the tension. You feel the dislike. It's really going to be something. Every fan, man, woman, child, they're going to want to watch that fight. Claressa Shields against Savannah Marshall is going to break a lot of records and have a lot of people stuck at home on their couches waiting for it.
Absolutely. Finally, we'll just wrap it up on this. Tell the fans, tell everyone in the UK, everyone who watches this channel, why they should tune in to watch the GOAT this Saturday.
You've never seen a woman fight like Claressa Shields. She is the greatest of all time, and she'll prove it to everyone and have them all agreeing with her by the time she hangs up those gloves. She's very special. There's good, there's great, and there's special. Watch Claressa Shields. She is special.
Mark Taffet, thanks for talking to Into Boxing. It's been a pleasure to have you around all week, and hopefully we can catch up after the fight.
Thank you.